All right, guys, thanks for clicking on this one. I've been meaning to do this one for a while, and it's going to be a pretty important video, I think. I'm going to show you everything that I keep in the most important bag on my boat, and that's my ditch bag. I made a point this last fall to talk to other boaters and ask what they keep in their bag. So about the last, I don't know, a dozen or so guys I asked, and not one of them had a ditch bag. Which is scary. You know, if you take people out on your boat, you're responsible to get them back. If you want to go out and, of course, you know, endanger yourself, that's up to you. But if you're bringing somebody else, you have to get these people back. They're your responsibility 100%. So the ditch bag is very important. It's not expensive to make, and it should be on every boat. So I'm going to show you what I have in my bag here. Now, this is a small bag. It's not, you know, meant to go offshore. I do mostly, you know, backwater stuff, inshore fishing, salt water in the bays. I don't go in the ocean anymore like I used to, really, and freshwater as well. So this is the bag that I like for this. If you guys see something that you think should be changed or added, or I'm missing something, please put it in the comments. I'm always looking to learn. I never ever want to stop trying to learn, and you guys can really be a valuable asset to other fishermen and myself by sharing, you know, your thoughts and what you keep in your bag. And everyone in your boat needs to know this exists. Okay, this is a dry bag right here. It rolls up, keeps everything nice and dry, and I'm going to go through every single thing I put in this bag. And all this stuff in here, guys, I'm going to put links to show you where you guys can, or where I got them, and so you can find the stuff. But you can buy this bag here, which I really like that one, and it comes with a strobe, and it comes with some other cool stuff too. So let's start with the most important stuff. At bare minimum, everyone should carry at least one PLB minimum. If you're going to go offshore, you really should have an Epirb on your boat. I only have one of these on the boat right now, but I really need to get 2 or 3. These are personal location beacons, so you register this to you know, a person, not to a vessel. What's nice about this is you can take these wherever you want to go. If you're going on vacation, you're going to be hiking, you can take it with you. If you're going to go, you know, in another, you know, cross country and go do some other outdoor stuff, or another boat, or a party boat, or a, you know, something like that, you can carry it with you. It's not very expensive. I don't remember the price on this one exactly, but it was, I think it was less than 300 bucks. And I don't want to hear it. This is important, guys. You have to have one of these, even in freshwater. It's very easy to use. You just pop the antenna out, stand it up, and you push that red button. And once you hit that red button, the cavalry's coming, okay? You need to test this every once in a while. Hit the T button. If it blinks green, you're good to go. The batteries in here last about 7 years. And, you know, they come with a clip, so you can attach it to your life jacket if you'd like to. Or you can just put it on the boat and stand the antenna straight up and sit back and wait. They're going to come get you. Okay, now once you activate it, you can't unactivate it, so be careful. Don't play around with this thing. You know, I put the Velcro on the back here just for more options. We don't know what situation we're going to be in when we need this, and it's probably not going to be a very pleasant one. So, you know, Velcro strap, you know, tether, just to make sure, give us more options. Strobe light. Okay, this is a kit that came with the dry bag. You know, it floats, it's water activated, so, you know, when the water hits these things, it just starts blinking automatic, or you can just turn it on and clip it to, you know, right to the PLB or the bag or whatever. You know, strobe light, important. Backup VHF radio. Now, a ditch bag is as you step off your boat, if your boat's going down or whatever, the last thing you have is that ditch bag. That's all you're stepping off with, and, you know, in some situations, if you happen to go down. We don't know when you're going to use this, but we want to be, you know, prepared for any situation, or as many as you could think of, right? So think about this. You step off your boat, you have no VHF now because it's on your boat and you're not on the boat. So this radio here, I keep an inexpensive backup in here. And this is actually a really cool little radio. It's inexpensive. I think it's like 70 bucks. I've only had this one for a little while, so I haven't put it through, you know, the full year. You know, you guys know who've been following me for a while. I like to do like a really beat the heck out of stuff before I say good, bad, or indifferent. I don't like to talk about stuff until I've really used them. So I haven't used this one too much, but this company makes the two-way radios, and they actually reached out to me a little over a year ago, and they sent me a few of these, and I was very pleased with this. And these were really inexpensive. I have 6 of them, and when we go camping, hand them out to the kids, or if they're going to go somewhere, and we talk to each other with these. They're actually really cool, and I'll put a little code in there. I think you save like $5 to $15 on this if you use the code. You know, it's an affiliate code, you know, so they send these to me. And, you know, with affiliate codes, that means I'll get like a small percentage. It's not huge, but it is a couple bucks, and I appreciate every single thing, you know, especially with the way things are these days. But it's a really cool radio. If you guys used two-ways before, you know how these work. But what's cool about this one is it stayed on. I left it on standby for 3 days, and didn't have to recharge it. It lasted that long, and it's got, you know, it's really cool. It's got a flashlight built into it. It's got a, you know, it's got a SOS blinking red light. And it's a cool little two-way if you want to get one for like camping or something, or even put the boat on a trailer. But the main thing is the VHF, okay? You gotta have a way to contact people if you step away from your boat for some reason, and you just, you know, hey, you can be high and dry up somewhere on some island, or, you know, on some point, or up on some rocks on a, you know, on a buoy or something out there, and you need to be able to call for help. So keep a backup VHF in your bag. All right, keep it charged. One more thing I want to show you guys about this radio here is if you drop it over, it floats, but if you get it wet, it'll flash. So it'll flash, you know, if it's floating face down, you see the red light flashing here, and if it's face up, it flashes there, so you'll find it. Really cool. I think this one too, when you turn it on, it vibrates the speaker to get the water out. But that high power 5 watts is really awesome for an inexpensive radio. Now all this stuff, I'll bring the bag in the house at least twice a year to go over everything, make sure, you know, the flares haven't expired, and make sure everything with batteries are charged. So you got to remember to do that. I have 2 ways to make fire. Okay, I have a rechargeable lighter, and I have just a regular old standard, you know, Bic style lighter. I keep a multi-tool, or a pocket knife. You know, just this is probably the best way to go, really, with a multi-tool, because you got everything in here. And I keep 2 types of flashlights. This one's rechargeable, and this one takes regular AA batteries. So in here, these 4 here are extra AA's. So I just use a little piece of, you know, the shrink wrap that comes for fishing rods that you can shrink, you know, the grip. You know, you get that's really cheap, and I cut them up, and it's really strong shrink tape, so it's good for that. What's cool about this light here is it has, you know, it has a UV as well as a regular flashlight, but it also has laser pointer. Now, you never want to point this in someone's eyes, of course, but if you're in distress and it is an emergency, you can shoot this sucker at a boat that's miles away and flash it onto that boat, get their attention, and it could save your life. You don't want to hit someone in the eyes, of course, but we're talking about life or death here, you know. So I thought that was a really cool idea. It is one of my ideas, actually. I didn't learn this from anybody, but I just figured, hey, if these things shoot forever, you see boats way off in the distance or something on land, you can kind of flash to them, and hopefully they'll get the point and come out and get you. There's a, and the reason I'm doing this video right now, today, is because there's a flash sale for Olight. And you guys know how I feel about Olight. They're awesome. They send me stuff to give away to veterans all the time. And we're going to give away one of these and one of their new pocket knives. So if you want to keep a knife in your bag, I'm going to give these 2 away here, and Olight is going to send 2 more to you know, the first 2 guys who win. And for every 1,000 views we get on the video for the next week or so, they're going to add another knife or another light to give away, which is awesome. So We can get you guys a lot of free stuff if you guys enter. And you guys know how I like to do the enter. In the comments, put your funniest joke. You can enter as many times as you want, and we will have someone pick the funniest. So enter as many times as you want. You know, you can get some really good odds because of that. And this knife is, I mean, I have a lot of really expensive knives. I'm kind of a knife junkie. And this thing is as good as any, you know, Benchmade or Microtech, ProTech that I've got. I mean, it is just a really smooth. I think it's got bearings in it. That's why it's so smooth. And usually when you get a knife that opens that easy, it's wobbly, and this sucker is not. So it must have bearings in it. And it's super sharp. I can shave with it. I mean, it will take it right. My skin's dry. It will take it right down, man. This thing is sharp. It's a really high quality knife. It is very sharp. I mean, so again, put a funny joke in the comments as many times as you want, and we'll give a few of these away from Olight. They're really cool people, and that's why I like to work with them, because they make killer stuff. Their lights and stuff are amazing. And you know, look, this knife is really awesome. I was pretty surprised how nice it was, because they just started making knives a couple years ago. So if you can't keep a multi-tool, at least keep a knife in there, pocket knife. All right, moving on. Carabiners, I like to keep a few different sizes. You never know when you have to clip something together, people together in the water, something like that. You have the signal whistles here. This green one came with the dry bag and the strobe light. Got a couple signal mirrors here. Instructions are on here, but it's really easy to use. You just look through the square or the star, depending on what kind you have, at the boat you're trying to signal, and you put it on them. And you just look them through there, and you shine the sun right at them. Really easy. Instructions are on there. I have a dye pack. You know, if it's an aerial rescue, you know, you pop this sucker out, open, and it dyes all the water around you bright orange for a bit anyway. And a couple little simple ones here. A little bit of sunblock, friction tape. Keep it in there. You never know when you can tape. You need to use tape. This is really good because it sticks to itself. It's cloth. It's really strong. A little sunblock. Of course, flare gun. Okay. Now you got to check your dates on your flares. That's the only thing that stinks about these is, man, they expire fast. These actually already expired, and I feel like I just bought them. But you got to keep them on your boat. You got to have flares. Air horn. Again, you're off your boat. Say you're off the boat. You can't hit the horn on your boat. You know, if you need to signal someone, make noise, an air horn's great. This one's a little large for a ditch bag, really. I should get a smaller one just to make room, but got to have one of these. All right, power bank. This is one of those multi-wires that has, you know, stuff for you can charge an iPhone. You can, you know, both types of USBs here. And this is just a cheap little power bank that can charge a phone a few times. You never know, you might need that, right? Your phone dies. Binoculars, as well as the air horn. These are a little large for a ditch bag. I probably would have went a little bit smaller. These are the ones I use a lot, so I'm probably going to get a smaller one to put in this bag. But, you know, these are really great to have in there if you're looking for help. You know, you're trying to get saved. I have a little extra room in this bag, so I added one of these in here. It's just, you know, just a life jacket, inflatable. You pull it to inflate. I had room in here, so I put one in. If you have room for 2 or 3, put 2 or 3 in your bag. And what I do is, all this stuff here, I don't just throw it into the bag. You know, I don't just dump it in. What I do is I have these heavy duty Ziplocs here, and I put it in groups into the Ziplocs. And just in case water does get into my dry bag, you know, it doesn't take much water to get in there. If it's sitting there sealed up with some moisture in there, you know how much damage it can do. So I put all these things in groups into these bags. And, you know, normally I would put stuff in these bags and I would force all the air out and stuff to make it small. But I don't do it in this situation. I leave the air in. So it's like having these little tiny air bladders inside your dry bag, just in case it goes overboard. Hopefully it will float if you have enough air in these bags. And I don't seal the bag all the way up as well. I won't roll it all the way down like you normally would, and I try to keep a little bit of air in there just in case. And what I do is I keep a clip on here too. Okay, so I keep a carabiner on this, so when I stow this, anywhere I stow it, I clip this above everything else. You know, I put this clip high up, like I keep it in the side of my console, and I clip this to a higher point. So if people put crap over it, like the jackets and stuff, this clip is up there with this, you know, strap there. And everyone, I tell everyone, you know, one of the first things we talk about, I say, life jackets are here, ditch bag is here, and you know, it'll always be there. It won't be covered up because of the clip. And instruction, guys, put instructions everywhere. You know, like on these bags over here, like when I seal up, like the Epirb, the PLB here, it goes in this bag. Activate for Coast Guard rescue. I don't know what condition I'll be in an emergency. I may be dead. Maybe I have a heart attack, and you know, I have like my son and his cousin out there. You know, they need as much help getting this stuff as possible, because I might not be there. You're the captain. I don't care if you have a captain's license or not. You are the captain of that vessel, and you are responsible for every human being on it. So I want them to get back if I'm dead or I'm incapacitated. So, you know, they can open this up and instructions are there. You know, PLB, Epirb, it says activate for Coast Guard rescue. And I put instructions like on anything. So everything I can, really. You know, I have emergency VHF radio. Use channel 16. Use channel 16, 5 watts, you know, high power. And just so, you know, little instructions. So people look at my boat sometimes, they'll see stuff written out everywhere. And that's why I do it, because if I'm not available, I want them to have the best chance of getting back alive. One other thing about this VHF that I really like, and why I chose to really endorse this one, or even tell you guys about it, is not only is it inexpensive, but it has 3 power settings. And it's very rare to get a small handheld VHF that goes up to 5 watts for, you know, for 60 or 70 bucks. Usually, you know, you have to spend about 150 bucks or even more to get one that goes to 5 watts. So this one has 3 power settings. You can go high, low, or medium, and it shows you that's the medium. Well, I'm sorry, that's the medium. And then you have you know, your low or your high. You can cycle through it. See, it only puts out 2 bars there. And high is 5 watts. That's really good for a small VHF. This one comes with a nice cradle mount that locks in if you want to mount it somewhere if you want, but I really want to keep this one sealed up, so you know, so because it's going in my bag. But if you just want to get one, or you already have one, you want to get another one, it's a really cool one to get. It's got a lot of features on it. It really does for its size. I love that 5 watts, that high power. It's very important. It's got a lithium battery, rechargeable. And like I said, all this stuff comes in the house at least twice a year, so I can charge everything, make sure nothing's corroded, everything is clean, test everything, replace what needs to be replaced. All right, for you guys out there that are interested in getting the knife from Olight, or the new, this is a limited edition, the Arkfeld light. Nice and flat, goes in your pocket too if you want to use it for other things, but it really is good for that dry bag and emergency, because I really like that it has that pointer. Also has UV, has a regular, you know, you can do the pointer and the light at the same time. You can switch it to just a light. Has strobe, has a, you know, super bright 1300 lumens, and UV. If you want to see all the creepy, scary stuff around your toilet and in hotel rooms, this stuff shows you creepy stuff. And there'll be a code. You know, I've been with Olight forever. I love those guys because they let me give a lot of free stuff to people and veterans and stuff, and I love that. And they're very generous that way, and they make the best stuff. The packaging alone on this stuff is so killer, guys. I mean, look at the packaging for this knife. You know, I'll put the codes in there. Now, any coupon code in there, like an affiliate code that I have, will work on anything that's not for sale. It'll work all year. So if sales are over, you can still get, I think, like 10% off using the code. So it'll be down in there. There's a code for the VHF as well. You'll save a few bucks there. And like I said, full disclosure, affiliate code means I get like a little kickback, a little percentage. It's not a whole lot, but it does help, and I do appreciate it when you guys use it. But I just want you guys to have, you know, less excuses not to buy this stuff. So if you can save 15 bucks on a you know, on this radio, and save 20 bucks on a knife to keep in there, or whatever, anything in here, if it makes one extra person buy it, I'm all about it, you know. All this stuff should be on your boat, even if you're going on freshwater. you know, the PLB works the same way no matter where you go. The cavalry will come and they will get you. If you're going, you know, camping, hiking, get one of these. They're not too expensive. Even if you all share one, at least you have one. I'm gonna carry a few, and if you could afford it, it's in your budget, get a few. It's supposed to be for each person, you know, but at least you make sure you at least have one. Like I said, it's very important. Please share this around. If you know someone who's a new boat owner, there's a lot of new boat owners out here since, you know, 2020. All those boat sales went through the roof, new and used. There's a lot of new boaters out there. Send this to them, okay? A lot of people just don't know they should have this. It's not that they can't afford it or anything. They just don't know, you know. There's really no giant boater course that everyone takes, and it's hours and hours and covers all things like this. So I understand why a lot of people don't have it. But if you are taking people on the water, you must get them back safe. It has to happen. They are a priority. Everyone on your boat is your responsibility. You take 5 guys out there, that's 5 families that are counting on you. They're counting on you to bring those men back. Those boys, those girls, those children, they have to get back. It's your responsibility, guys. You know how many families could be ruined if you bring out 4 or 5 guys and none of you come back? That is devastating. Absolutely devastating to so many people. And captains or new boat owners don't even realize that. I see them letting guys do the craziest stuff, not realizing that they're your responsibility. Spread the word on that, guys. A lot of new boaters out there. I don't want to scare anybody or be a jerk or anything, but this is real. Water can kill you in a second. There's a million ways to die out there if you're not using your head. And even if you are using your head, there's a lot of ways to go. You get people back. Every one of them comes back with you, and every one of them comes back safe and healthy. Sorry for a little rant at the end there, but that's important, guys, you know. Hey, thanks for watching this, guys. I love that I can always count on you. You guys are awesome. But, you know, please like and share and watch the video all the way through and all that stuff. It really does help out. Helps me bring you guys more videos. So let's give a bunch of these lights away and the knives, and of course you can get the radio on discount. But I want to give a lot of Olight wants to give a lot of stuff away. So let's do that. Good luck to you guys in the comments. Funniest jokes win. Enter as many times as you want. Please stay safe out there. Leave a few for me. And I love you. And I really do mean it. Thanks, guys.